Lurkers are the backbone of Twitch. This is a phrase that you hear every single Twitch streamer talk about every single time, and there is, I do believe, a little bit of nuance to it. So today, let's talk about it a little bit and hopefully not get canceled. So there are two types of lurkers, I believe. One is a lurker that basically pulls on the side monitor, does their own thing, watches on the side, and actually does consume the content. I think that's okay. However, the other type of lurker is what we saw back in the days where it's basically I pull up 15 of my favorite streamers, put them all on one window with collapsed tab, and mute everything, and then basically, artificially say, I support you, support me, and it just feeds into a whole loop of things. The problem with this is that there's not actually content being consumed, right? It just takes up a space. Whether or not it does count as a viewership thing is really hugely depending on how Twitch does their thing, which they have changed recently. And while, everybody's viewership actually numbers went down and stuff like that, I do believe that this is a step towards hopefully something a little bit positive where we can now measure on actual viewership in order to understand kind of engaged viewers, right? When a company wants to hand out sponsorships in terms of how many impressions and views the people have, I think it's important to actually be able to quantify these accurately in order to know what the actual reach is, right? If you do have 100 viewers and 90% of them are just actually tabbed out, they're not even looking at the screen, they don't even know what's going on. I believe that this is actually, sponsorship companies might pull out and stuff like that. I understand there's a whole long history and most companies probably already know what they're doing. But I do think that, maybe there is a reason why Twitch is doing this, and maybe there's a discussion for what is a better kind of thing, right? At the end of the day, looking at viewership numbers and stuff like that is important, but at the same time, there's a reason why. And bigger number just doesn't always mean it's better when we see it looking at bot numbers and stuff like that, right? Same thing as lurkers. We want actual engaging viewers and not just numbers that people actually just throw on the side. Anyways, let me know what you think. I just rambled everything. It's a really weird subject to talk about, especially if I feel like it goes against the whole content creators scene.